Hey guys, welcome back to Screen Orb. Today we'll talk about 6 of the most cringe moments on Bar Rescue. Let's head into it. Number 6. Pirates Tavern. Shortly after their episode was filmed, the pirate-themed Pirates Tavern in Silver Spring, Maryland, which had been rebranded Corporate Bar and Grill by Tavern, reversed all of the changes Tavern had made to the bar. In a YouTube video titled Pirates Revenge, the owner shows the corporate sign created by Tavern's team being shot at and burned in effigy. The video was panned by YouTube users, with only 4% of them giving it a positive rating. Tavern, they've made a decision. Would you go back to a pirate concept that had failed for 5 years? If you had a new concept or try something new, it defies logic to return to a failed concept simply because the new name is unappealing. The show's owner blamed it on the negative publicity. The owner of Pirates saw the second rescue in April 5, 2015, in an episode in which Tavern grades the bar as an epic fail. Pirates, on the other hand, decided to close its doors for good, just a week after the re-aired episode aired. The owner made amends with Tavern in a Back to the Bar episode, announcing that they plan to open a new bar Refuge in Florida within the next year. They also appeared as recon spies for the Tiki Lounge in the episode, getting freaky at the Tiki with their daughter. Number 5. Breaking Brandon. Breaking Brandon, a title reference to AMC's hit series Breaking Bad, is the only episode for most of the recent season to make a top 10 episode of Bar Rescue. In this episode, Taffer attempts to help a bar owner who is going through a mental breakdown. The man has only 4 days to close down his dream bar after investing his mother's life savings in a business venture. The man loses his senses as time passes and the pressure mounts.
I think a man should earn the right to come home every day. You should.
Number 4. All Twerk No Pay makes Taffer shut it down. Taffer tries to save Speakeasy Bar and Grill in Louisiana in this episode. When it appears that Speakeasy Bar and Grill will fail before Taffer attempts to save it, the owner has an emotional breakdown. The bar and its owner suffer a series of setbacks, and it's understandable that she worries about her health and the bar's future.
It's a fun atmosphere, just need more people to come in here.
That was the owner?
Number 3. Desi, you got some splaining to do. Taffer enlists the help of fellow nightclub consultant Red Bohannon in the 20th episode of Season 5 of Bar Rescue to help an elderly bar owner recover his business after suffering a near-fatal stroke. When John and Brad meet the owner, they discover that he is too ill to keep his company afloat, let alone successful. To cope with his pain, the man turns to alcohol, depleting his own supply and draining his own bank account. You have some splaining to do, Ricky tells Lucy in the classic I Love Lucy episode.
Damn it, Joey. Why aren't your gloves on? Why?
This kid's ready to lose it.
Number 2. LA Brew Company failure. Tavern's most costly rescue also turned out to be his most disastrous. During his visit to the Los Angeles Brewing Company in Season 4, he invested $1 million in updating the bar, which included the installation of a self-service beer tap and an in-house brewing system, allowing the bar, which was rebranded as LA Brew Co., to begin serving its own beer. The brewing system had never been used, the self-serve tap had been disconnected, and the owner had reverted changes to the bar 4 months after the rescue. LA Brew Co.'s liquor license had also been suspended, and the company had been put up for sale.
You haven't cleaned the debris out there.
Oh, it's the worst I've ever seen.
Number 1. Return to second base. John walked out the second time in the Season 4 episode, Second Base, Third Strike. It all started with a plan to resurrect the baseball-themed second base in Orange, California. Gary, who was promoted to manager at the end of Bikini Bust, appeared to be at fault at first because he didn't appear to be doing his job and blamed successful bars nearby for stealing customers. Gary became so enraged that he pushed down a retaining wall. Instead, John discovered that owner Terry failed to provide the staff with necessary tools and funds, routinely replaced old bartenders with new ones he had never met, and ignored John's menu and uniform changes. Instead of making improvements and even covering basic operating expenses, Terry invested all the second base funds into a supposedly more successful new bar. He sneered at John and his expert, Lisa Marie Joyce, and refused to listen to his criticism. Despite this, he expected John to return to his bar and save it without exerting any personal effort. John, with his insistence of ownership responsibility, had no intention of going along with this idea. After a stress test that John rated as one of the worst he's ever seen, he gave Terry an ultimatum. He'd remodel the bar, but only if Terry put up $30,000 of his own money. Terry now claims that his new bar isn't successful enough to support second base, and he refuses. John called Terry a slime bucket and stormed out, enraged, disgusted, and disappointed that one of his favorite bar concepts had been ruined. Terry's final excuse to John was that if he had the money, he would have agreed to contribute to the new remodel, to which John replied that if he ran second base properly, he would have had the money. John did promise, however, to assist second base's employees in finding new positions. questions.
We were in debt $180,000. The bar was dilapidated.
We had a lot of issues.
What do you think about these bar rescue moments? Which one was the cringiest one? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.